This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. The historic items from Dunedin's Fortune Theatre are going under the auctioneer's hammer at the weekend. This afternoon, people had the first chance to look at more than 40 years of history.
From a Ralph Hotary artwork to state-of-the-art and historical technical equipment, more than 4 decades of Fortune Theatre history is set to be up for auction this weekend. Auctioneer John Moore says there's been a lot of interest.
But whether that actually translates into a lot of people being here, what will probably be the deciding factor would be the desirability of the goods. So if there's a lot of things that people want to buy, then you'll get a lot of people here. So, and I think for that it'll be interesting what happens with the lighting equipment and any specialty items. But then there also might be people interested in picking up memorabilia in the form of old props from plays and stuff like that. So it's really difficult to gauge what the response from people is going to be like on the day.
As it's covering the life of the Fortune Theatre, he says there are many items which stand out, both for him and for many of the people who've expressed interest.
Oh well, obviously the Hotary lithographic print that we've got for the play 1981, The Black Union, that sort of struck me the first time I saw it. The Helen Clark poster over there to my left, that's got a lot of people interested. Unfortunately, I found out from someone that it's not actually Helen Clark's signature, it's actually a prop. But there's been a lot of people expressing an interest on that through social media and the lights, and then it's just you know, all the lighting equipment's obviously. There's some really good scaffolding and ladders and stuff like that I think will show a lot of interest, but yeah.
The theatre's lighting and sound equipment is regarded as fairly state-of-the-art, and that's attracted at least one person's interest, while others have their eyes on a range of items.
Particularly audio gear at the moment. Trying to set up a thing where I can have PAs moving around, and there's some really good mixing desks and microphones and things like that, and even just bulk cables is what I'm looking at the moment.
I haven't got my eye on anything other than maybe some posters. It was more a nostalgic opportunity to come and have a final look at the Fortune, where I've enjoyed some really good theatre.
Probably the Ralph Hotary print, really interested in that, so see what happens.
Just looking at a couple of the lighting things and maybe a couple of the props and bits and pieces, just whatever's cool that stands out.
There's another chance to have a look at the items tomorrow morning from 10, with all lots set to go under Hayward's hammer on Saturday. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A cyclist has been taken to Dunedin Hospital with moderate injuries after colliding with a car this morning. The 39-year-old woman was biking north in Queen's Gardens with her husband when she was hit by the vehicle. St John Ambulance treated the woman on the street for about 25 minutes. The injured woman's husband says the driver was visibly upset. The injured woman was taken to Dunedin's Hospital Emergency Department, and the road was down to one lane for a time. The incident follows a crash on Stafford Street yesterday when a car hit a cyclist. A new pop-up shop in Invercargill is set to let Southlanders have their say about the proposed inner city redevelopment. Following last week's unveiling of the redevelopment plans, contractor HWCP has opened a space to display the plans and collect feedback from the community.
Invercargill's newest pop-up shop offers the Southern community a look at detailed plans for the inner city redevelopment and a chance to tell HWCP if they've got it right.
The 3 directors on the company may not have it all right, the architects may not have it all right, there may be things that we're missing. So we really want the public to have some input into it, which is particularly exciting because it's a journey for the whole of the province that we believe, particularly the people of Invercargill. So we want to take them on that journey and not let them feel left out.
The Esk Street shop comes after plans for the redevelopment were unveiled last week by company director Scott O'Donnell, who said it would be one of the country's biggest redevelopments of an established retail area. Thomas said feedback gathered in the pop-up shop had been mostly positive, but that the company was yet to hear from the younger generation.
I had a great vibe from a lot of people, particularly the elderly, because they saw the future for their grandchildren. So that was really refreshing. And yet we didn't have a lot of younger people come in. And it's the younger people we want that feedback from as well.
He said the community input could vary from the type of retail shops or eateries people would like to see on offer, through to the naming of the entire precinct. The HWCP pop-up shop will be open daily from 7 a.m. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
An investigation into the crash of an out-of-control truck, which rolled in Dunedin earlier this year, has ended without charges being laid. The driver of the intergroup truck lost control of his vehicle back in April while travelling down Stewart Street. He attempted to turn up into York Place, but rolled his vehicle before it ended up on the steps of King Edward Court. Police say the commercial vehicle safety team launched an investigation, but no charges were laid. The driver was issued with a written traffic warning. Dunedin's Monticello home has chalked up a century not out, and the achievement has been recorded in a book. The book's author is also a Vietnam War veteran and is proud to have documented the occasion.
For 100 years, Monticello has been helping returned services personnel. A book was commissioned to mark the occasion and a Vietnam veteran chosen to write it. He says the organisation's centenary is a big deal for more than just the home.
Monticello's 100 years is quite a significant event in not just the history of the home, but history of the Red Cross and the history of Dunedin.
The Monticello War Veterans Home was originally in Mornington, but moved to its current location in 2006. Billy Barnes says World War I was the catalyst for the rehabilitation hospital.
The whole rationale for having Monticello from the beginning was to accommodate ex-servicemen, those recovering from wounds in the First World War. Began this place in 1918.
Survivors of the First World War have passed through its doors, and there are only a few World War II survivors remaining. He says personnel from more recent conflicts are being cared for at the home as well.
Others include people from the Korean War, Borneo and Malaya. Nobody's, from the peacekeeping era just yet.
Barnes says a colleague of his has told him the criteria for entry to Monticello is reasonably straightforward.
Fred Daniel explains it as people who were attested, and that means, swearing allegiance to the Queen and to New Zealand, and that included, and they extended it a little bit to include the likes of school cadets, people that had worn the uniform and done some time. CMT was another one, and national servicemen.
The book documenting the first 100 years of the Monticello home has been released to coincide with the centenary. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, Luggett gets ready for the unveiling of a 1.3-tonne sculpture as part of a memorial to a 17-year-old local boy, and a Southland kindergarten looks to share its local history, culture and environment as part of an ambitious art project.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air. Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592. Oakley's Bathroom Solutions is locally owned and operated and is a name that has become synonymous with bathroom excellence. Exclusive to Oakley South Island, Danish design Vola, the modern day tap remains a desirable choice. For over 140 years, the team at Oakley's has provided the highest quality bathroom products and plumbing supplies. For intelligent advice and smart service, come talk to the team or visit oakleysplumbing.co.nz.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've got a deal for you. We bought a huge bulk order from Lee Stretch Moleskin. So comfortable, nice stretchy fabric, and they're in 6 colours. And the deal, $20 off a pair, or if you buy 2 pair or more, $25 off a pair.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
This promotion finishes June 30th.
Being a big softie takes training. I've gone to great lengths to become even softer while still being strong and reliable. The new me is bigger and softer than ever. Cotton Soft. Softness and strength you can trust.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Locally owned and operated Roslyn Mowers and Heating are warming up for winter with a range of Massport wood fires for obligation-free installation quotes, sales, building consent assistance, and after-sales service and parts. That's Roslyn Mowers and Heating. With over 230 events, the International Science Festival is taking over Dunedin from the 6th to the 15th of July. For more info, go to scifest.org.nz.
Welcome back. A 1.3-tonne stone hand holding a tall bronze poppy has been erected in the Luggett Heights subdivision as part of a memorial to a 17-year-old local boy. The sculpture, called Let the Poppies Be Tall, will sit alongside a plaque dedicated to Jackson J.J. Aitchison. He was killed in a car crash in October 2016. Luggett sculptor Josh Ollie guided the hand into place with the help of a crew from Central Crane Hire, who were briefly workmates of JJ. The official unveiling of the sculpture is scheduled for Saturday morning. A Southland kindergarten hopes to share the story of its local history, culture and environment in the form of an ambitious art project. With the help of a local carver, Winton Kindergarten is sharing the legend of the Takitimu Mountains, told on a waka made from scratch.
Every indent made by carver Ote Murray helps to form a story of the western Southern landscape. Winton Kindergarten has been learning about the tradition of the Takitimu Mountains and has called on Murray to help them tell the story.
The story that the kids have been told is to do with how the Takitimu canoe actually capsized by three rogue waves, so we're transferring that information onto this piece. And I'm trying to incorporate some of the designs that the kids have actually given as well, and just tie them up a bit better so you can see it a bit more visually.
When the kindergarten decided to teach the children the Māori legends surrounding the Takitimus, they found little local knowledge was available. So what began as a small project soon turned into a community-wide effort.
We've got 3 dads that hadn't met each other, have been in their project room all day working with him, carving the waka and getting the wood ready. We've had donations of food come flooding through the door. We've had 2 parents in the kitchen all day serving the food, and it's going to fly into the evening tonight where we're having our Matariki family night.
She said they felt the need to share their knowledge with the rest of the community, and with funding from the Southern District Council, managed to pull the project together.
We know that the locals that live under the takis, that wake up and see the fresh snow and don't know this, how can we not share it and how are we going to share it? And it's just taken us to so many places. Thinking that it was going to be learning this legend and retelling this legend has actually become the journey it's taken us on as a kindergarten, being the holders of knowledge and sharing that with the community. So it's really special.
Murray said the project, from research to carving, was an important lesson for the tamariki.
You've got to understand your surroundings, understand your environment, understand how the sea, the wind, the trees, the birds, everything has a life source, and we can actually utilise that energy for the betterment of mankind.
With the blessing of landowners, Central Southern College, the waka will be placed at Winton's Ivy Russell Reserve. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, work at the Cobden seawall on the west coast is on track for completion following major damage caused by Cyclone Fihi. And we have tomorrow's weather for you.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819. Locally owned and operated Roslyn Mowers and Heating are warming up for winter with a range of Massport wood fires for obligation-free installation quotes, sales, building consent assistance, and after-sales service and parts. That's Roslyn Mowers and Heating.
Oakley's Bathroom Solutions is locally owned and operated and is a name that has become synonymous with bathroom excellence. Exclusive to Oakley South Island, Danish design Vola, the modern day tap, remains a desirable choice. For over 140 years, the team at Oakley's has provided the highest quality bathroom products and plumbing supplies. For intelligent advice and smart service, come talk to the team or visit oakleysPlumbing.co.nz. Have you got time and skills to share? Find out what time banking is July 7th at 1:30 at the St Peter's Church Hall in Caversham.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've got a deal for you. We bought a huge bulk order from Lee Stretch Moleskin. So comfortable, nice stretchy fabric, and they're in 6 colours. And the deal, $20 off a pair, or if you buy 2 pair or more, $25 off a pair.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
This promotion finishes June 30th.
With over 230 events, the International Science Festival is taking over Dunedin from the 6th to the 15th of July. For more info, go to scifest.org.nz.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. Work at the Cobden seawall on the west coast is on track for completion following major damage caused by Cyclone Fihi. Contractors have used more than 30 tonnes of rock to repair the erosion and prevent further damage.
Surveying the damage, contractors have been working to repair the Cobden sea wall in Greymouth after it took a beating by the elements earlier this year.
This was a result of Cyclone Fihi in late January, early February.
The Grey District Council's put in more than $1 million to repair the damage. The old rubbish dump near Cobden Beach was also exposed by the storm and eroded by the sea. The Cobden tiphead was also severely damaged. Sutherland says the repair job has been a massive undertaking.
It's about what we see here today, and we almost completed this section, is about 330 metres of rock, about 26,500 tonnes just here.
Contractors have been working for about 3 months, but Sutherland says there's still work to do.
So the job at the end of the day is actually bigger than the sea protection wall in front of the landfill proper. So yeah, big works and similar sort of dollars.
The cost of the repair work isn't likely to affect ratepayers. The council, government and insurance money footing the bill. In Greymouth, the South Today.
And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us?
Good evening. Plenty of reading for Friday. We're leading off with an interesting story out of Queenstown today at the council meeting up there. There's a controversial special housing project which has been proposed for Lake Hawea, and it was given approval by councillors today, voting in favour 8-3 to go ahead with it. It's really caused a lot of anger up in that part of the world, as you can imagine. Local residents not wanting 400 houses, more houses in their area of the woods. They're only going to look at Wanaka and Queenstown to see what's gone on with that. So they've been arguing that it shouldn't go ahead, that they should keep it as a tranquil area. But unfortunately for them today, it was voted to go ahead. So they're now threatening possible legal action or going to the Ombudsman to try and get this decision overturned.
Yeah, I can see why that. Like, they've tried to maintain that it kept it sort of like the true nature of Hawea, as opposed to the development that's gone on in Queenstown. That's one thing Wanaka was always sort of trying to achieve, wasn't it?
Yes, certainly. But I mean, if you look at Wanaka now, there's so many subdivisions going on, and I guess they're just concerned it's going to stretch out. So maybe Wanaka and Hawea end up combining at some stage if they allow this to keep continuing. So
yeah,
I think there's more to be said on the story. It'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Definitely one to follow.
Certainly. We're also looking at the impending strike action from nurses and also now teachers threatening as well. Dunedin primary teachers met today to have a vote on where they want to go with their wage negotiation talks. We haven't been told how the vote went, but the indications from those at the meeting are that they are looking at some sort of action possibly next month. Meanwhile, Southern District Health Board has also started postponing elective surgery, with nurses going on strike on Thursday of next week. So yeah, we're in for a tough old time, I think, as parents and
yeah, parents and anyone that gets sick.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lovely little story out of Moiraki today. We've got East Otago pupils heading there to try and attempt to rewrite history. Apparently there's a legend that says that in the 1960s 47 pupils went to the Moiraki boulders and had 47 of them standing on top of a boulder. They didn't believe it, so I headed up there today to try their own luck. They sent 64 kids up. Don't want to spoil the story, but it's fair to say that pretty tough to get 47 up there, so well worth a read tomorrow to see where that story goes.
Very cute story.
It is. And back to Super Rugby again this weekend after 3 weeks of All Black Rugby, and our sport and racing lifter has plenty of that. The Highlanders heading to Fiji to play the Chiefs, and in what's a home game effectively for us. We took a game over there, and Highlander squad name today, just showing the depth we've got in our loose forward with All Black debutant Shannon Frizzell not being able to make the starting lineup. He's starting off the bench, so really strong lineup, and hopefully we can kick on with a win. We really need a strong finish of the season to close out the Hurricanes and claim that 4th spot in a home playoff match, which would be pretty vital for us. So.
Yeah, so hopefully they do well. Well, hopefully the good weather in Fiji will help out as well.
A bit of a change from here. Mind you, we do play under the roof, so it's much of a muchness.
Oh, yeah, just slightly. And now, speaking of weather, it's time to look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MoleMap.
Looking at the situation, heavy frosts in most areas tonight, and mostly clear skies with light winds tomorrow means more frost tomorrow night too. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden can all expect light winds, fine weather and temperatures of 5 or 6 degrees. Looking at the central lakes, everyone is in for light winds, clear skies. Alexandra and Queenstown have a high of 4, and Wanaka a high of 5, and Tiana a high of 6. Looking at the northern towns, Oamaru and Timaru expect light winds, fine weather and a high of 10. Oamaru and Twizel, light winds and a high of 4. In Dunedin tonight there will be some cloud and southwesterly breezes with an overnight low of 5. It's fine with sunny periods and some cloud tomorrow with light winds and cool temperatures, a high of 10 and a low of 5. And Saturday is to be sunny and cool with light northeasterlies, a high of 11 and a low of 4. And in Invercargill, there's clear skies which will bring out cold temperatures tonight with an overnight low of 1. Sunny periods and some cloud tomorrow with a high of 9 and a low of 4. And Saturday brings moderate westerlies, a high of 9 and a low of 5. And that's our news for this Thursday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.